Should you do YouTube even if you get 0 views? Now, every single new YouTuber is going to come across the point where they're putting in more effort, their videos are getting better and better and better, and they're optimizing for retention and whatnot, and the views stay sub 5. The video doesn't really get out to the people it's meant for. And so one must ask, is this even worth it?
Yeah.
I say YouTube at the bare minimum. Why can't it just be an artistic expression? Think of it like the humanities, right? People like to read poetry, they write their haikus, they write little books, but no one ever really sees them. So the practice of simply creating can be very, very empowering and very, very beneficial to your life. But the thing is, if you're making videos on YouTube, you want people to see what you're doing, obviously. You don't want to be speaking into the abyss and having your videos just disappear with the billions of other random videos, YouTube shorts made by like 4-year-old kids that stole their mom's iPad. So how do you get your videos out? Now, I've fallen into the mistake of making the videos that I feel like making, not necessarily the ones that I feel like making that are also good ideas that other people want to see. So the easiest videos are the ones that you just are passionate about and you want to make. Those are the easiest ones where you sit down and talk about something you think is important, something you've learned, something beneficial to you. And these videos can do pretty good. But you got to remember, the average YouTube user is like sub 12 years old or sub 18 anyway. So you're talking to a bunch of kids. Hey, if you're a kid, shout out to you. Thanks for watching my channel. But this is the problem. Because, I mean, me personally, I make videos that are made for adults, people my age, 19, 18, 20. But in reality, I gotta be making if I want my videos to see the light of day, I gotta make them for kids. There's nothing bad with that. There's nothing bad about that. It's just like, if you want to make YouTube videos and have people see them, the only people that are gonna see them are gonna be pretty young, unless you have a long track record of something that adults want to see. Yeah, anyway, the best video I did was how much queso makes from Twitch and YouTube. And that video is almost at 10,000 views, and any other typical random video I'll make where I'm talking to the camera like this probably is going to hover around 20 views or less. In my last kit, I end up getting rid of them just because they kind of add spam to the channel. I don't really want that, but it got like 5 views. So how come one of my videos can get 10,000 and one of them can only get 5 and like 0 likes? It's because one was a better idea for the user base of YouTube, right? A lot of kids like Queso. I like Queso too. I think he's a funny guy. A lot of kids love him. So I looked on YouTube, how much does Queso make? Because kids are curious. Kids are curious what their favorite online content creators are making off of their attention. So I looked it up. There was no answer. So I made a video on it. My first video was kind of bad. So I remade it. I did slides. I did a whole slideshow. It was very educational for whatever kid wanted to watch it. And it did good. If you search on Google, how much does Queso make off of Twitch or YouTube, my video is going to be the result that comes up. That's why I got so many views. So in other words, if you want your content to get views, it needs to be a balance of a couple things. Number one, kids need to want to watch it. It needs to be something that kids are thinking about. Anything kids like. Like, I'll give you an example. What's the origin of the oi, oi, oi meme, right? Like the red caterpillar, or like Charlie the steak, or I don't know. Literally anything that kids would be curious about and curious to learn a little bit about. In my generation, kids my age, we were all looking up Minecraft mobs in real life, right? We're curious. So nothing has changed between us and the kids that were born, 5, 10 years later. So essentially, Tobuscus, who wrote the song, it's called Viral Song, How to Write a Viral Song, I don't know, something like that. He kind of gets it down. Something that parents will let their kids watch. Yeah, first off, something that kids are curious about, something kids want to watch. Just think of the fan base as kids. Be entertaining, be spontaneous, be loud, have inflections in your voice. Do a lot of this. Number two, you gotta have cool imagery. You gotta have some movement in whatever you're showing. Like the video I made about Queso, it had different imagery on each slide. There was a lot of images. It was just like a typical slideshow I'd make for a school presentation, but I made it kind of interesting. Pop a couple jokes in there. You have to make it visually interesting. Like, if it's just me talking to a camera like this, it's probably not going to do as well. I can't anticipate this video getting more than like 50 views. And 50 is a lot of people. Thank you so much for everyone who's still watching right now. But even so, I mean, on YouTube, 50 views is really not a lot. Considering a random video that some kid made 16 years ago will get hundreds of millions of impressions. So yeah, kids want to have to watch it. It has to be visually appealing. You gotta sound appealing. Number three, sometimes the best video takes the least amount of effort. Again, it's really all just about the idea. It's not so much about having some grand editing scheme and um, all of that. It's just, is it something kids want to watch? Are you interesting enough of a personality to convey that information? So I mean, the best videos aren't always the ones that you feel like making, but they're the videos that you're going to be the proudest of making. So it's kind of like choosing a job, right? When you go to college, say you're interested in underwater basket weaving, um, if you major in that, you're not going to get a job. And so I suppose YouTube's the same. If you focus on the things that are like your passions, perhaps, um, you're not going to succeed. And that's not to say don't make YouTube videos about things you're not passionate about, but it's mixing your passion to create videos and share information and to, capture the eyes of many and to teach people something. You have to find a middle ground between that and then doing that, with kids. Not every kid wants to hear, random life story. But anyway, that's all for this video. Time for rock, paper, scissors, as usual. Let me know in the comments. Number one, if you got this far, let me know if you won or lost. If you lose, you have to subscribe and like the video. If you win, you can comment calling me stupid, and you can try and beat me in the next one. Anyway, we're going to do best out of 3. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Best of 3. Did you win? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all the support, and adios.